Here we are on November 14th at Lutheran Community Services in Bellingham. We are privileged today not only to have myself narrating, but Michaela, who's the shelter director for the county, who's going to walk us through, and I'll kind of prompt in some ideas as well. So everybody say hi to Michaela. Hi, Michaela. We are grateful partners. We had the fencing. This is the gate that you didn't see in the last video. The gate and the fencing is all secure for us, and Michaela's securing. We secured window well. We secured the heating vents right up here. The shelter guests will walk down this path. We're going to go to the outside area first, and Michaela will start talking from here for a little bit.
Yeah, so this will be, folks will enter in this way. This will be a smoking area. We're going to have a canopy structure right in this area. The fence will be fenced off, and folks can use the canopied area to smoke or use outdoor restrooms if they prefer a little more kind of away from the main group. We have a hand washing station, and then we're going to be storing additional items in this connex here, and then we'll move on our way into the building.
And what we're working on also is getting some privacy slats for the chain link fence. So you'll see that in motion. We added security features to the dorm windows. By the way, this is the dorm side. This is the shelter side. You can see the kitchen through the window. Say hi, kitchen. And this is the entry. We have great signage for entry. Fortunately, our access system is still working right at the moment. And then, Michaela, take it away here.
Yeah, so we'll have folks enter in to the shelter this way. They'll be greeted by staff, and they'll check in for the night. And so on their first check-in, they are asked to abide by the rules and sign a paper agreeing to that. And then we have a data sharing agreement as well, which they can agree to or decline. And then we mark them as here for the day, and then mark them on their map where their bed is, and then they're allowed to head on in and
what's in this area going to be?
Yeah, and so this will be a break area, just so that if people are in the main sleeping hall, that they can come out here, read a book, play, do a puzzle, just be away from the main group at night too. When it's quiet hours, people can come out here if they're not ready to sleep, and then they can go back in.
So you mentioned just a little bit ago too that if folks want to make a donation of puzzles or art supplies, you can do that.
Yeah, so out there we'll definitely have some art supplies that folks can use, and we'll primarily be using donations and things we found here. We're going to have kind of a heating and drying clothing station in this area. And then the kitchen is over here.
Yeah, we can see some upgrades of the kitchen. Last time I think you saw this, it was under construction in a big way. So we have the new hand sink is there, and the 3-compartment sink, and our stainless steel serving sink is going to be there, and the stoves are decommissioned until we get the hood replaced. The cabinets are all available for the county, and this will be a bank of microwaves, and then this is a serving area. And I'll pass it back to Michaela.
Yeah, and so when we're serving food and drinks, folks can be on this side, and then somebody will be serving to them on the other side.
Like me.
We can close this when the service is over, or keep it open.
And we have nice new latches.
Yeah, and so this will be open until 9 p.m. and then we'll shut it down for the evening and just have snacks and non-caffeinated drinks out.
And when does the shelter open?
The shelter opens at 4 p.m. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
and the temperature threshold?
32 degrees is when we'll try to start activating, and if there is additional factors like snow and ice, we might try to open a little earlier than that.
Right.
Yeah.
Out of the kitchen, yes.
Yeah. This is the main area, so we're still setting up cots, but they'll all have cot covers, sleeping bags, pillows, and we change the covers after every multi-day service.
And say hi to Max. Max is one of the temp employees working with the shelter, and he's putting on covers right now.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
And we change these after every multi-day service so that they're all hygienic, and then they're wiped down as well, and the whole area is sanitized. We have bathrooms on either end, which nothing special there, just normal bathrooms, so we don't have to go through that whole space. But we're hoping to serve around 70 or more beds here.
And then you have ADA, you mentioned ADA beds over here, so a little bit taller and wider beds. This section will be for ADA. And you said this is going to be partitioned out in some ways. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so we have a partition at the far end that is going to section out female identifying folks there and then youth. And we're adding additional partitions over here so that couples can kind of push their beds together and stay close to one another. And then the largest area will be male identifying folks, which is the largest unsheltered homeless population in Whatcom County.
And then you have this set up for training for tomorrow, right?
Yes, we're going to project some trainings on the wall here.
Great. The wall, the big blank canvas, which the whole space has been a big blank canvas.
Yes, exactly.
And again, y'all saw this last week with a pretty mauve bathroom that's, everything's kind of coming together there. The stairwell that goes to nowhere, everybody appreciated that last week. And what's happening in this area?
So we're going to have storage. We're setting up shelving now, but we'll have some options for clothing of people that are soaked through and we need to get them dry. And then they can dry their clothing and their change of clothes so they can have those two options. And then we will store folks' belongings, so we can't have people storing all of their belongings with them at their cot because it's a tripping hazard. So we'll store everybody's belongings in this area and shopping carts over here. Most folks utilize shopping carts for their items, so we'll just line them up. And it's really good for us to have the carts in an area where people can still kind of see them, just so that they're not fearful that their belongings are gone or they don't know where they are. So that actually is a huge help, that there's no visual barrier for where the carts will be.
Great. Yeah. And then the last space of joy for you guys.
Yeah, so the break room is almost all set up. We have these reflective vests for all staff that work, so volunteers are green and blue is paid staff because they're CPR certified. And we have all of our backup supplies in here, so we're just getting set up, but we'll have cleaning supplies and medical supplies to treat wounds and address things like hypothermia, trench foot, maybe necrotizing wounds. We'll have medical staff come and address those and get folks prepared for the next few days.
Great. And because of opportunity, Michaela and I are becoming new best friends, and we're excited to partner, Lutheran Community Services, partner with Whatcom County Department of Health and Community Service. So we're at the shelter. Signing off for today. Hope all is well. Take care, guys.